Welcome back from the break, and it's good to know you have rejoined us again on the program. Good morning, Abuja, and it is coming to you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Now we want to discuss something very, very important that concerns you and I. We want to talk about the economic challenges, the situations we are going through right now in the country, as well as the opportunity we can get out of these present challenges and run with it and make life better. This morning, we'll be talking about economic challenges and opportunities for market traders. And I have the chairman, Wuse Market Traders Association, with us this morning to do justice to this topic we want to embark upon. Help me welcome Raphael Okorie Ikechukwu to the program. Mr. Ralph, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very
Good
much.
to see you
Thank you.
again.
My pleasure, madam.
All right.
Good morning, Abuja.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. It is not longer news that we all know what we are going through, talking about the economic challenges. Now we want to narrow it down to the rising cost of goods in the market every day. I want to say, how do we get here, and the strategies you think we can suggest to pull out of this present situation?
Yes, the fundamental problem we had as a nation was when we were running a cosmetic economy
Okay.
for almost 16 to 18 years. Okay. Cosmetic in the sense that we were not competitive with the rest of the world. We're printing naira to cushion the economy, means and ways. We had fuel subsidy, which was very fraudulent and criminal. We had, false exchange rates vis-a-vis the US dollars and other currencies of the world. And we kept doing that, fooling ourselves as a nation. And now that President Ahmed Bola Tinubu came into power, he said, no, we cannot continue like that way because Nigeria is going to become like Venezuela, where you have crude oil and then people cannot even afford to buy petroleum products. So Nigeria is going through a scenario where it's like an old man had fallen down from a tree and broke his leg. To get that leg back, you must go through a lot of pain. And that pain is what Nigerians are suffering today. And with economic policies on ground, I know that we are going to get out of that. The scenario is that we had experiencing inflation for the past 14, 16 months. And because the economic policies of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is paying off, it has started cooling off. Prices used to change every day. FX used to change every morning. There were a lot of dynamics that were affecting the economy per day. But now we have relative stability where you have FX could be on the same figure for a week and all that. Yes, we are no longer there, but now we know that we have an economy that's real, what you call a real economy, where the value of the naira is real. There are no longer criminal fuel subsidy where people buy 1 million liters of petrol and they say it's 100 million liters and CBN has to pay them. So all those criminal activities has been in government have been eliminated, and now we are going to have an economic cooling off, and things are going to get better. Yes, Nigerians are suffering for it, but we'll get there. It's a process.
So I will agree with you that what you are saying is like the present situation is like we're going through a refining process. We're suffering the pain now, and afterward we'll cool off.
Absolutely.
Now let's come down to the real people on the street, the real Nigerians, the common man. Every day we keep seeing rises of cost of things every day.
Yes.
Some persons don't even know where it's coming from, how we got to this place. So we want you to speak the language of the common man so we know what is happening and where we are now.
Yes, there are a lot of factors that affect the price of, we'll talk about food.
Yes, food.
To use a layman's language, you don't need to blow grammar here. You talk about food, rice, beans, tomato, pepper, and everything. Why are the prices high? We had fuel subsidy where cost of petroleum products were less and they were cosmetic. And now we have real cost of petroleum products because globally the cost of 1 liter of petrol is $1. If you put $1 at our FX rate, it means that petrol should be at 1,007, but we're not there yet. So because of the cost of petroleum products, the cost of moving tomato from Bodinga to Abuja, which used to be about 600,000 per trailer, is now about 2 million. The cost of moving rice from Kano to maybe Onisha and moving yam from Onisha to Kano and the rest of them had gone up because of the cost of petroleum products and other indices that are affected. And when these things come into play, you find that the cost of food items keeps spiraling. And then we had insecurity. that made it impossible for Nigerians to go and farm. But the federal government is taking care of that. A lot of people are going to go into farming and be confident to stay in their farms in the next farming season. Maybe not this farming season, but next farming season. It means that a lot of food is going to come from the farms. And these are forces of demand and supply. When you have excess supply of food items, the prices are going to come down. And other indicators that affect cost of food items is also the cost of clearing goods at the seaport. Nigerian customs services are not helping matters. The federal government gives an instruction that they want removal of duty on pharmaceutical products and certain food items. The custom would not implement in 6 months. When you take that into the multiplier effect of the economic policy on the masses, it means that you're talking about 12 months to 18 months, because before you procure overseas, ship, clear, and then get it to the common man, it means you're talking about 18 months. So the Nigerian customs services are not at pace with the Ministry of Finance and the policies of the present government. They need to be talked to see that when government says we need to remove duty on pharmaceutical products, duty on certain food items, they should hit the ground running and not saying they are doing all sorts of paperwork and it takes them I don't know how long to get it on. And unfortunately, that's where we are. We need to see an economy that is at pace with Mr. President. People say Tinubu has done this, Tinubu has done that. Yes, Mr. President is working hard to see that things are done per time and is being responsive to demands of Nigerians and the dictates of the economy to see that things are done per time. But certain other individuals who are key players in this system are not attuned with him and they're not at pace with him, and that's the problem we have.
Okay, you have just mentioned some specific parts that the traders are really bearing the bonds. Are there other areas that we need to know where the traders are bearing the pain of the economic?
Yes, it's we have the problem of multiple taxation. I go to day markets and go and buy potato and rice and beans. I want to come and sell to the common man in Pape. And between day markets and Pape, people who say they are local government officials are like 20 on the streets, harassing people, taking money from them via OSD and other agencies of government, harassing Nigerians and the rest of them. When you pay out all those money, at the end of the day, you must have to add it to the cost of the food item you want to sell. So when we talk to FCCPC and say, look, it's not traders who want to hike prices, but there are multiple taxations, there are coercions, there are harassments and other tools that make it impossible for you to remove, minimize, or reduce the cost of food items. They need to also play a part to see that certain laws are put in place to harmonize taxation, to make the ease of doing business to be easy. This was what Oshibanjo was saying when he was vice president. We should have certain level of ease of doing business. But thanks to the Minister of FCT, yes, Onwike, CNG buses, vans are coming out, the roads are accessible now, Nigerians can move around easily. And even Abuja Investment and Property Development Company, Abuja Investment Company Limited, they had Abuja Business and Investment Forum, which are, avail traders other opportunity to be able to tap into MSME for cheaper loans, to deal with banks at single-digit interest rates. Bank of Industry has written us for meetings on single interest rate for loans. And Abuja Investment are building properties now where traders can also own their shops and then paying rent to landlords who are Shylocks and other. We eliminated that over a period of time. So it means that you have a place where you own, do your business in your own premises, get cheap loans from banks, have access to products and services, and then things are going to be easier. These are multiplier effects of good policies that are being put in place to see that we cushion the effects of hardship.
Okay, thank you very much for that response. Now, let's bring it down to spending patterns of people. Now that we've seen that there are rising costs of products every day, how do you also notice the spending patterns of everyone?
Yes, what women do now in the market when they come, they start from food items. Okay. They buy food items.
Before you talk to us, let's quickly go on this break when we come back, because this sounds very interesting.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, we've been talking about economic challenges and opportunity we can see and run with it. Now let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll still be here to discuss. Welcome back. And if you're just joining, we are here talking about economic challenges and opportunities we can see from the present government. Before we went on the break, we were trying to respond about spending pattern.
Yes. You send your wife to the market to go and buy stuff. She used to give her 500,000. She goes to the same market with 500,000 and she finds out that what she wants to buy, the price have gone up by 40%. She'll start from food items. If she used to buy a carton of milk, she'll buy a few sachets of milk. If she used to buy 10 tubers of yam, she'll buy 2 and all that. And then you find women don't come back home anymore with earrings. with fine, nice slippers, with some gowns they bought from the market, from the chain they made from others. So the pattern has changed that people are only now thinking about what they are going to be able to eat, feed their children, and then take care of medical bills and see how they are going to survive. And thanks, to the federal government initiative of mass housing, at the end of every year, people are struggling to raise money to pay landlords for homes. But the present administration under President Ahmed Bola Tinubu and the Minister of FCT are trying to do mass housing projects where people can pay as if you're paying, salaries and other for, very many years, and then you'll be able to own your home as you pay. And with all these initiatives, you're going to take off some heat and pressure from families. So they have what we call spendable income. Yes, I am not happy about the minimum wage. I am not somebody who pretends the minimum wage is too meager for every Nigerian to survive on. But it's a step in the right direction. No government has done that percentage increment in minimum wage ever in the history of Nigeria. It means it's a stepping stone, it's a step in the right direction. And if that is built upon going into the realities of our economy in the next few years, we would have people earn livable income, what I call livable income that should be able to take care of you and at least 2 or 3 children, and then give you a sense of belonging as a Nigerian. This is where we hope Nigeria will get to, and every Nigerian will have a sense of belonging in the country, and things are going to be better for all of us. But spending patterns now have changed. I can't remember when last I bought clothes. I don't wear perfumes anymore. We no longer buy nice jewelries and wristwatches and all that.
We have to think about
how to eat and how to pay school fees and how to take care of aged parents and pay hospital bills. And those are the most important things. Dynamics have changed completely.
Okay, yeah, like you give us a hope while we were talking that we are passing through a process and it will get better. Now, in your own way, what do you think should be the strategy on ground now that should cushion the effects of what we are going through right now?
Yes, government would have to come up with palliatives. Palliatives is not establishing a ministry that will go and do cash transfers to individuals. Palliative should come in form of incentives. We need to see Abuja industrial layout, in a do industrial layout, fully developed, supplied energy so that industries will begin to spring up. It means that commodities are going to be churned out of those industries, and the force of competition, demand and supply will, affect the price of food items and order it to come down. The president has said that he's going to give crude for naira and petroleum products for naira. We expect to see that in the next 60 days, that the cost of petroleum products are going to come down, the cost of transportation are going to come down with it, the cost of food items are going to come down with it because the cost of haulage of food items are going to come down. All these decisions are going to have multiplier effects on the economy. We want to see a situation whereby we harness more our natural gas and feed the power plants with gas at a cheaper rate. The cost of electricity is going to come down. What we have in Abuja today is a fake band A plan of AEDC for people who have 3 hours of light to put them on band A. We need to have regulations that are strict. We need to have people penalized for doing things that are against the ethics and the provisions of the law. And then things will begin to take shape, and people begin to do the right things. If we put all the policies of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu in perspective, we find there's a roadmap. There's a genuine interest, there's a renewed effort to see that Nigerians are going to become better off for it. It's going to be painful, it's going to be difficult, but I can assure you in the next 18, 20 months, Nigerians are going to be happy for what we have.
We believe you and we pray so. Now, let's talk about individual contribution. It is often said that you don't leave it for government alone. We talk about policies that should be set on ground to cushion the effect. But what do you think should be the contributions from individual to help out?
Yeah, Nigerians should be more prudent in their spending and stop living false lives.
Okay.
Nigerians should be more proactive and pragmatic when they take decisions about what happens around them. Nigerians should support government by, if they find anything that's going to be a sabotage to the economy or to the country, to give information to the police, to security agencies that those things are stopped. We're talking about food. And individuals in those areas where we have terrorism and kidnapping, they know all these criminals and all that, and they're not giving police the information. Police cannot do any magic. You need to avail police information and the Nigerian military information to clean out these miscreants from the forest so that farmers can go back to farm. Nigeria should be able to utilize funds that are being budgeted for agricultural implements, provide those agricultural implements so that Nigerians can be able to have more food. Not when you give somebody who is in high place a contract to go and provide tractors and the rest of them and fertilizer, the man put it in the pocket and you're clapping for the man because he has given you 5,000. Nigeria should be able to avail ICPC, EFCC information about those who are undermining the efforts of government So the efforts being put in by government can begin to yield results, and then we are all going to be better off for it. So it's a collaborative, scenario we have. Everybody has a role to play as a nation to see that we build this country. We must have belief in our country as a nation, and then do what we can as individuals. Aggregately is going to aggregate, and then Nigerians are going to be better off at the end of the day. Not is government problem, is government problem, is Tinubu's problem. No, 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 no.
Okay, what of the area of partnership? What do you think we should do in the area of partnership for this present economic situation that we're going through now?
High Excellency Ambassador Maureen Tamuno, the Group Managing Director of Abuja Investment Company Limited, held a business and investment forum. Okay. And in that business and investment forum I attended, she availed people from all sectors of the economy in FCT opportunity to interact, to synergize, to see how you can use technology to leverage on your business, how you can use cheap loans to leverage on your business, how you can use the value you have to complement the value the next man have to grow businesses and all that. And at the national level, National Economic Investment Forum is going on, where government is bringing in members of the international community, investors from all over the world to see opportunities that are abound in Nigeria, to synergize with Nigerians and see how we can be able to grow our economy. What happened before was that nobody was interested in having any business relationship, the organized private sector, even government agencies, because they didn't have confidence in the economy. But now we are having relative stability. People are interested to invest, to partner, to grow the economy of this nation. All we need to do is to harness the opportunities we have, ensure that criminal elements also who are going to ask investors for bribe and they will run away from the investment are cleaned out. So these investments can flow in and Nigerians are all going to be better for it. Because at the end of the day, what happens is that certain investors come for land or for certain incentives for them to do business. Some government officials will ask them for money. And at the end of the day, they'll run away because it's not their practice in their countries where they're coming from. And when they leave, we all lose at the end of the day. So there has to be certain instruments and tools put in place to ensure that people have what we call ease of doing business. And when they have ease of doing business, there'll be confidence in the system and then they'll be able to invest.
Okay, talking about looking inward and we see tools for ease of business. It is often said that when you're down, when you look inward, it is that state that brings out the best in you. What do you think with the present economic challenges, we can see opportunities out?
A lot of opportunities.
Okay.
I tell people who are graduating from universities, I never work for anybody. There are so many things you can do to make money. From running a barbering salon, from having a cobbler shop, from having where you make clothes as a tailor, from going into the entertainment industry, from farming, from processing food items. There are so many things we can do to be able to grow. It's only for Nigerians to have confidence in themselves and know that there are so many things they can do to be able to earn a living than waiting for government to do everything for them. There are so many things Nigerians can do to earn a living, from agriculture to fish farming to poultry. So many things you can do, even intellectual property, AI. There are opportunities the opportunities are bound. In the Abuja Business and Investment Forum, there were opportunities there. Where even startup businesses, we are told if you have startup ideas and things you want to do, AICL is ready to partner with you to see that you become a pride of the nation and to the whole world. And then they market you and see that you begin to earn a living from there. So opportunities are bound. It's just for Nigerians to harness those opportunities. Government have also incentives and tools, policies and principles in place to support you to see that you pick it up from there. But all the opportunities that are there is just for you to take the first step, not to keep procrastinating, and then you find out you grow from there.
Okay, quickly before we go, because they are giving us sign already, your final word and your advice.
Nigeria would make it. Nigeria is a good country. We are blessed, and everybody should pray and have confidence in this government, support the government, and I can assure you in the next 18 months, we are going to be better off for it. God bless you all, and thank you.
Thank you so much for your time with us this morning. We do really appreciate it.
God bless you. Thank you.
All right. We have been talking about economic challenges and opportunity for everyone, and especially for market traders. And this morning, resource person has done justice to our discussion this morning and has prayed and encouraged us. Go out there, contribute your own quota to make our nation, Nigeria, a better place for all of us. And we've been talking with Raphael Okorie Ikechukwu, who is the chairman, Wuse Market Traders Association. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll still be here. I will bring more for you. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us, please.